Hey everybody, it's Nintendo Gamer Freaks. We're here with a Pokemon Yellow playthrough. Really quick, just go to your PC right here, grab the potion. It's something that a lot of people miss, but it comes in handy, especially in the battle with your rival. But we've just decided to start a Yellow playthrough, and we'll probably upload part 1 for a few different game playthroughs and just see which one's the easiest to do. Easiest to get through, but Yellow seems to be the easiest right now. Right here, you have to go into the grass for Professor Oak to come and get you, and then he'll catch this Pikachu right in front of you. And then he's going to take you back to his lab, and this game is different from all the rest because you don't choose from the traditional Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle starters. You get a Pikachu no matter what, and your rival Gary will get an Eevee. And it kind of it follows the original Pokemon story a lot more than like all the rest of the games where you get like normal starters and stuff. But here, Gary is just talking to Professor Oak, asking why he can't get a starter. But there's a Pokeball on the table, which Oak tells you to get, but it has an Eevee in it, and then Gary's just going to push you out of the way, and he's going to take the Eevee from you, which causes you to get the Pikachu. And so, Professor Oak gets kind of annoyed with Gary, but he just gives him the Eevee, and then he just calls you over there, and he just gives you the Pikachu personally, which is better, because Pikachu is way better than Eevee, at this level at least. And it's way more useful for the rival battle, which comes up in like 5 seconds. You just walk out, and then Gary will challenge you. And then I didn't fast forward this battle just because it's the first rival battle, but like throughout this playthrough and all the rest of the walkthroughs and playthroughs that we do on the channel, I fast forward all the trainer battles by 400%, unless they're rival battles or gym leader battles, and I just completely take out all wild Pokemon encounters, unless they're really important, which most of them aren't, but there's a few where if I find like a shiny Pokemon or just something that's like interesting, like in this part 1 right here, there's one wild Pokemon encounter that I have to show because it's really important to beating the game, or beating the first gym at least, because now that you have an electric starter, then beating the first gym is almost impossible, especially with the selection of Pokemon that you get at the before the first gym. Like, you go through Viridian Forest, and all there really is bug Pokemon, and then you can catch like Rattata and Pidgey and Nidoran, but like none of those are really going to help you against the first gym unless you want to train a Nidoran to level 16 to learn Double Kick. But there is the fact that you can catch a Mankey on the route in Viridian City, or right next to Viridian City, which we'll do at the end of the episode, because Low Kick that Mankey learns at level 9 is the only way that you're really going to beat the first gym without any trouble. And then talk to this guy on Route 1, and he says that he works at a mart in Viridian City, and he gives you a potion. So that's 2 potions that you can already get in the game before you're even doing real battles, and they really do come in handy, like for gym battles and just like healing in Viridian Forest, especially because you don't want to walk all the way back to the Pokemon Center. But for your first trip to Viridian City, I'm just going to go heal here really quick. But for your first trip to Viridian City, you need to go to the Pokemart, and the shop worker is going to give you a parcel for Professor Oak that you have to give back to Professor Oak, and you can't go anywhere like until you do that. You can't buy anything from the mart it won't let you buy Pokeballs or anything. You have to deliver this parcel first. And here's the guy, he's expecting you. He knows that you came from Pallet Town. He's just going to give you the parcel, and then you just got to run it back to Pallet Town. And when we go back to Pallet Town, we're also going to grab a town map, which is useful if you've never played any of the games that take place in Kanto, but I'm sure most people have. And it's easier to hop all the ledges on your way back. You can avoid all the grass. You can skip basically every patch of grass except this one right here, which I find 2 Pokemon in. But after this, just run, give Oak his stuff, but he's gonna keep you there for a minute just to give you the Pokedex like he does in every game. And then Gary's gonna run in right after you, give Oak his stuff, and like Gary said earlier how he's gonna make sure that his sister doesn't give you a town map, but like you just you just go into his house, which is the only other house in town besides yours and the lab. And then you just talk to her and grab a town map, it's useful, especially in this game. If it's like the first game that you're playing, most people know like the Kanto map from the majority of the games, but the town map's still good to have in case you need to remember where you gotta go. But Professor Oak's just gonna give you and Gary your Pokedexes right here, tell you all the usual stuff like, oh, you gotta see every single Pokemon, catch every single Pokemon, all that. And then Gary's just like, leave it all to me, he'll do it. But that's not really important right now, not really relevant. Just gotta, right now, go to Gary's house and then talk to his sister. She'll give you a town map right here. And then after this, we're just gonna walk up Route 1 again and go to Viridian City because, like I said earlier in the video, that how Mankey is like really vital to beating the first gym and just like helping you get through the game. Like Pikachu's not going to do anything because Brock has a Geodude and an Onix and it's a rock gym. And Mankey is the only Pokemon that learns a move super effective against those types of Pokemon at such a low level. He learns low kick at level 9. But this game, it really sets you up to get the lineup or party that Ash has in the original game. Like throughout this entire game, you're given a Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Lapras. And like Ash's original lineup is the 3 original starters, which is Charizard, Blastoise, Venusaur, then Pikachu, Lapras, and Snorlax. And you go to this tree right here and find your 3rd potion, by the way. And now you go to this little patch of grass, which is just like a slight detour from Viridian City. And this is the only place that you can find Mankeys at. And I spent a few minutes walking around this grass. As you can see, I just had to edit out like all the Pokemon battles or all the wild Pokemon encounters. I found a few Mankeys, but I like battled them and I got a critical hit on them with Thundershock, and so they died and I couldn't catch them, obviously. But then after finding like 10 or 15 wild Pokemon, I finally find a Mankey right here. And I just had to like fast forward a bit because there were just so many wild Pokemon battles. But I finally catch this one, and like you can really just train him in Viridian Forest. Viridian Forest is just like an insane place for experience at such low level because you just battle Metapods and Caterpies, which are good experience and they like never kill you. So you just grow Mankey to level 9, he learns low kick, and you're basically set for the first gym, at least. And then for the second gym, which is water, you have Pikachu. So, like, gym leaders aren't really a concern. It's just, like, really deciding on what your lineup's going to be. But it's really easy in this game since people give you a water, fire, electric, grass type. Like, those three, like, are those four main types. But I just cut the video off here. And then next episode or video, we're just gonna go battle Gary, the rival, and then make our way through Viridian Forest and to Pewter City Gym, all in one video. So, thank you for watching, and give us any kind of feedback on whether you like this or not, or anything that you want to see. Music, playthrough, anything. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe. Thank you.